A man and a woman were stranded at sea for 3 days and nights due to a shipwreck. Just as they were about to lose hope, the man surprisingly caught a small fish with his bare hands. He quickly used his teeth to prepare the fish, then added some flavor with seawater. Soon, a delicious sashimi was ready. But he did not eat it himself. Instead, he gave the hard-won food to the wealthy woman. The wealthy woman curiously took a lick and then disdainfully threw it into the sea. The man was very angry when he saw this, as it was food he had spent 3 hours catching. Faced with the man's complaints, the wealthy woman was indifferent and confidently said that fasting is good for the body, not only for losing weight, but also for cleansing the organs. The man was speechless after hearing this. He couldn't understand why the wealthy woman, who was almost starving, was still concerned about vanity. At night, the two were curled up on the dinghy from the cold. The rich woman couldn't sleep and kept complaining, telling the man to quickly find a way out of the predicament, as she didn't want to stay with the servant any longer. The man was very angry upon hearing this, but as a servant, he could only choose to remain silent. In the blink of an eye, it was the next day. The wealthy woman woke up and was stunned by the scene before her. Not far away, an island had appeared. She quickly woke the sleeping man. Seeing this, the man was overjoyed and hurriedly paddled the dinghy towards the island. Shortly after, the two successfully landed on the island. The wealthy woman asked the man to go to the island first to check the surroundings. Perhaps someone lived there. The man exerted a lot of effort to climb to the top of the mountain and discovered that it was actually a deserted island. He quickly told the situation to the rich woman, but she didn't believe him. She asked him to go back to the mountaintop to check again. The man said he had already looked carefully and refused to climb back up because he was out of strength. The wealthy woman was stunned when she heard this. She didn't expect the man to dare not listen to her, so she started to criticize him incessantly, saying that once they were rescued, she wouldn't pay him any wages. Then she said some unpleasant things. The man was very displeased upon hearing this, and warned the rich woman not to speak harshly to him again. Seeing this, the rich woman became even more arrogant. In anger, the man threw the rich woman's bag down and turned away without looking back. The wealthy woman was almost driven mad with anger, and she warned the man that he would pay for this, but the man was no longer afraid of her threats, and his accumulated resentment finally erupted. As a result, they went their separate ways. The man searched along the coast and luckily found a stone house. When he opened the door, he saw that no one was living inside. This must be a place where some fishermen used to rest. Although there is nothing usable, at least it can provide shelter from the wind and rain. Then he jumped into the sea to look for food, and quickly caught a lobster with his bare hands. It seems today's food is not a worry. He found some sea salt on the rocks, and collected it with a shell. He brought the things he found to the center of the island, and successfully started a fire, using a bottle he picked up. Clearly, wilderness survival is not a problem for him. On the other hand, the rich woman was having a hard time. After searching for a long time, she only found a sea urchin, and her foot was cut by sharp stones. In just half a day, she was as down and out as a beggar. Watching the man devour the lobster and even find fresh water, she was almost exploding with anger. She said the man was not gentlemanly at all for not helping a woman in distress, but the man was unmoved by her words, leaving the wealthy woman no choice but to turn away in frustration. But after searching for a long time, she still couldn't find any food. Starving, she went to the man again, hoping to buy food at a high price, but the man still ignored her. Seeing this, the wealthy woman had no choice but to put down her pride. She pleaded with the man to share some food with her, then started crying and pretending to be pitiful. But the man knew the wealthy woman was acting. Once he shared the food, she would revert to her old self after eating. This was the usual behavior of the rich. However, it's not impossible for the wealthy woman to get food. First of all, money can't buy anything here. If she wants to get food, she has to earn it through labor. After saying that, he threw the clothes to the rich woman. The rich woman verbally disagreed, but she turned and went to the seaside because she knew that dignity couldn't be exchanged for food. Although the rich woman was very perfunctory, at least she bowed her head to survival. Afterward, the man rewarded her with a small fish, and the rich woman quickly devoured it. In the evening, the man took the rich woman to the stone house, but he did not let her in. Instead, he made her stay outside overnight. The rich woman repeatedly begged the man to let her in, as the weather outside at night would freeze her, but the man did not care at all. In the blink of an eye, it was the next day. The man woke up to find the rich woman sleeping at the door. At this moment, a crab crawled towards the rich woman's hand. She did not stop it, but instead watched gleefully as the crab startled the rich woman awake. Seeing the rich woman still being verbally aggressive, the man grabbed her hair and warned her not to speak harshly to him again. But the rich woman did not yield. In anger, the man slapped her and sternly warned her that on this island, he is the king. From today on, the rich woman must obey his orders. But the wealthy woman remained resolute, resulting in another slap. Seeing the man so angry, the wealthy woman also put away her arrogant attitude. She knew she had no ability to resist the man, and in the end, she could only choose to comply. Even if she was unwilling, she was powerless. When the man went into the sea to fish, the wealthy woman acted as an assistant on the shore, handing him the harpoon. If her movements were even slightly slow, she would suffer a merciless slap from the man. During meals, the man would make the rich woman go far to fetch fresh water, and he wouldn't let her sit down to rest. She had to wait until he finished eating to have the leftovers. The man did this to make the rich woman experience the grievances he had previously endured. As time went by, they still saw no one coming to the island. Boring days were extremely dull, and the man started having bad thoughts about the rich woman. After a period of chasing, the man finally got his way. After being bullied, the rich woman sat by the shore in deep thought for a long time, and eventually she submitted to the man. The more violent the man was to her, the more she liked it, as if being hit had become a kind of spiritual enjoyment. Although there were only the two of them on the island, over time, they felt quite at ease. But that day, while the wealthy woman was fishing by the sea, she suddenly saw a ship appear on the sea. She was about to call for help, but stopped, then hurriedly ran back to find the man. She said she had just seen a ship on the sea, but she didn't call for help because she didn't want to be separated from the man. If they were rescued, they couldn't be together after returning, and she still wanted to stay on the island with the man. After hearing this, the man slapped her and cursed that she was simply crazy. They had missed a rare chance for rescue, and who knows when the next opportunity would come.